Welcome back, Maximum Octane. I'm excited to be back here. By the time you hear this, it's going to seem like I have been in Puerto Rico for like 3 months, but it's only a week. But trying to get in all of the people that I can interview at this wonderful place for our conference. And so joining me today, I have Bianca Gosser, and she just said where we're at very nicely. Can you tell them where we are?
Fajardo.
All right. I cannot. I'm going to work with you after to learn how to roll my R's. But
very easy. I got you.
yeah, we are in just a fantastic resort, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. It's not a bad place to be stranded for 3 months.
I know. I'm just like, was so lucky for my office today. So Bianca is the business development senior manager at Atmosphere, and we're going to give all of her information at the end, and all her links will be there. And she's got a special promotion for you if you mention this podcast. So make sure you listen to the end for that. But we're going to talk a little bit about customer experience and all of that. It's a different world today. Mm-hmm. And I have to tell you, I almost don't go out anymore. I don't want to. I used to enjoy going out to dinner with friends, and I used to enjoy going places. And now I don't, because customer service is so horrible.
Yeah.
It is just horrible.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing we think about when we go out. You know, COVID has changed that. You know, everywhere before had a burger, you would just go out to eat, and it's the same thing everywhere. But when COVID hit, it's like it switched, because now you have to actually get customers to come out, because people actually like staying home. So what's going to make me different? What's going to get people to come through my door and come back? Because that's, you know, easy money, having your regulars and people coming back and being loyal to you and your business and building your brand. So COVID, I think, has changed the way we look at customer experience and how we're able to stay ahead of the curve and keep up with everything, so we can build that customer base. It's so important, I think. So, yeah.
It's just crazy. And knowing that a lot of businesses have slowed down because of COVID, one would think that they would improve their customer experience or do things to elevate that. But it's almost like it's going the opposite way. And some places I go into, I feel like I'm an inconvenience, and they're doing me a big favor by being open. And, you know, you walk in the door and there's these signs handwritten in a Sharpie, and you could tell somebody wrote it when they were all mad, because you can't hardly see what the heck it even says.
Yeah.
And they're like, we are shorthanded. Don't be rude. Don't this, don't that. We'll get to you as soon as possible. We can. And I'm like, you're putting me on the defensive now before I even walk in. Like, I'm already feeling anxious before I even sit down, because there's just all these rules hitting me in the face and a angry Sharpie.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody is kind of feeling it. You know, I've been talking to tons of business owners, and in my line of work, I talk to them every day, and it's great to hear about their business, how it's changing. But I feel like that's kind of something across the board that we've been hearing. You know, hiring. You know, it's hard to find qualified help. It's harder to find even someone just to come and help. And I think that's a big part of your customer experience, is having good employees that will instill that in themselves and the people around them and in their customers. Because, I mean, people will have great experiences all day, but the ones that you remember are the bad experiences. That's the one that's going to send people to writing reviews and things like that. I mean, it's great to have those positive ones, but people that write reviews are usually the ones that have the bad experiences. So trying to control that, and, you know, building not only a great environment for people to come and have fun and come back and have good service in their auto industries or restaurants, you know, it's also important to have good employees, you know, that are going to everything that you've created, you know, tied up in a bow to build that customer experience for everybody.
Don't you feel, at least I do, that it is on a business owner, it's their responsibility, if you don't have the staff, to not take in as many people, whether it's automotive, whether it's restaurant, whatever it is. If you know you're understaffed, don't book to full capacity. Don't take in as many customers as you normally do when you have a full staff, because nobody wins. Nobody wins. And I hear people say all the time, you know, our shop owners, and also I have friends that own all different kind of businesses, whether clothing stores, restaurant, you name it. And they're like, oh no, if we don't open and we don't let them in because we're short staffed, they're going to be mad. And I'm like, they're going to be much more mad when they come in and they get a bad experience than if they can't get in because you're not properly staffed. And you can spin anything. You can spin anything. And if you truly let your customers know that because of the staffing shortage or because we have not been able to find as many people to provide you with the level of customer service that you deserve, we have to reduce the amount of seatings or the amount of vehicles we work on.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
It is.
Because it's like, do I reduce the amount of customers to give the best experience because I am short-staffed? But then that means I'm going to start turning customers away. So it's really hard to kind of navigate those waters. And as I'm, with my company, we just started kind of entering the automotive industry for like the past 2 years. We've been kind of going around in this world, and it's really hard to navigate because the world is changing. And it's like, how do we keep up with that? How do we keep our doors open, keep people coming in, and maintain that level of customer service? It's hard, and it's something that every day we're learning and we're changing, especially with like all the new technology that's coming in. So how do we adapt to what we're already doing to make it better, and how do we change our business model to include AI or whatever new technology is starting up in our industry? So it's crazy to see it change, but it's exciting for business owners to adapt and move forward and actually see that play out, because it's happening a lot faster now because of COVID.
It is happening so fast. You and I were in a meeting a few weeks ago, I think it was, and I had mentioned I was on a cruise ship because you were speaking about how your company really understand that everything speaks. Every little detail people notice, everything speaks. And I was just on a cruise and was waiting for nice relaxing. I was in the spa, and they had the essential oils and and I was waiting to go in for my massage, and I was listening to the elevator music, and I was just all, and then I heard the theme from Titanic, and I tell you, my head about wanted to explode, and I just, because I can't go anywhere without being the business me and looking at this is just wrong on every level. And then there's the consumer me that here I was all relaxed and in a nice state and trying to be, and then you play a thing about a cruise ship sinking, right? So
not the best thing you want.
And then as a business owner and a business person, I'm like, what the heck were you, like, how many people did this get through? Because those cruise ships are huge corporations. Yeah. So that got through so many levels of it slipped through every single crack there is.
And as consumers, we don't really understand how important that is, and how much that plays a role in us purchasing and buying and going back to these places. And I think that business owners are starting to realize that. I was shopping at in Texas, we have stores called H-E-B, which is our grocery stores. And I came out of there singing, I think like, the ain't no mountain high. And I was like, where did I get that song? Like, where is it coming from? And it was the music that was playing through H-E-B. And we don't notice that music, but we are taking that in as consumers, as the environment.
It's like subliminal.
Yeah, we don't know that it's happening, but the way that we have to look at how to build a business, we have to look at that customer experience. We have to look at the lighting. We have to look at what music is playing, because we might not be processing what exactly is happening, but our mind is. And that's pushing us to feel a certain way. That's pushing us to buy a certain way. Because if you have happy music playing at a grocery store, you're going to have happy customers buying all the Fruit Loop cereals and breakfast bars that they can find because their mood is happy. If you're in a cruise ship and you're listening to Titanic and you're realizing, you're like, I don't want to come back here at all. Take me to land as fast as possible and get me off of this ship.
It's just crazy. And then I start thinking, I'm just too picky, I guess. I'm too picky. But do you think it's too picky to not want to hear the Titanic theme?
I don't think so at all. I think that's very on point and a fear to have, because one of my fears is open water, and I will never set foot on a cruise ship. And that just instilled, I am never getting on a cruise ship again.
If you do go on a cruise ship, don't go to relax at the spa, because then you're going to get to hear that song. So What are some of the things that business owners can do now in this changing world?
I think education is what I hear, especially with like auto. I was listening earlier this morning in seminars, and it was, the technology that's coming in with cars, it's like we're upgrading like cell phones. It's not let's just buy a new car. What can I make my car better? And I think just keeping yourself educated in what's happening in the world, building your business in seminars and webinars. I mean, there's so many resources. We have the world at our fingertips with our phone now. So being able to stay connected with your customers through social media, being able to look for the new innovation to set yourself apart, and not just auto, but in any industry, I think is very important. I think making sure that when customers come in, they feel at home, the what's playing on your TVs, the music, as we talked about. I think just being able to stay as educated and ahead of the curve as possible is really important.
So the hand notes and the Sharpies are not a good message.
Probably not. And I mean, our phones do everything. Our computers do everything. There's always something that makes you a little bit different and will help you display that message outside of a Sharpie and messy handwriting. Posting on your social media. I mean, it's crazy, like what we're able to accomplish in today's world in our technology.
It is. So speaking about technology, how do business owners find the balance between still having a personal touch, still building that personal relationship, but using technology to help them get there? Because the world is getting so impersonal in the texting and all, and is so crucial to everyone. But sometimes the messages can get misconstrued when you send a text, and I see it even when I get them from something's ready, my car's ready, or my something I ordered, but it's just so rude or so clipped, or they spelled something wrong, or autocorrect put something totally in. My autocorrect says ducking a lot, just so you know. but how do we balance all of that? Because it's a slippery slope, right? To have both the people connection and use the tools we have.
It's hard because, we read things differently. And I'm one of the people that hates texting, and my husband hates this because he'll text me about something important and I will not respond. I will call him, and I call him and he answers in a panic. What's wrong? Like before we could call somebody, and now it's like nobody calls anymore. It's all texting. And if you call, it's because it's an emergency.
Right.
So I understand it. But I think that gives business owners an opportunity to have more time. And I think that's super valuable, especially for customers. Because before, when we were spending hours on a computer checking somebody in and asking them all of these questions about their cars, or, asking them questions about what brought them to Puerto Rico and all this stuff, it actually gives them time to learn about their customers, to have a conversation, to build a customer experience a different way. And I think that technology is allowing us to do that because it's saving us time on things that were time wasters, and something that wasn't as, where you were able to touch and engage with a customer. And now you are, because you can put your order in at a restaurant through a kiosk, and you get to actually interact with your server, and your managers can come and actually see how you're doing, have a conversation, build those relationships to have customers come back. So I think that the technology is great, and it's allowing us to find other avenues to, connect with our customers.
One of the things you just mentioned about putting your order in a kiosk, it seems like every time I go out now, either myself or one of my friends, if there is a server there, the restaurant, when they grace us with their presence, because we should be grateful that they did open the door for us. And, we're inconveniencing them because we came in and they don't have enough people.
With a Sharpie.
Yeah. So there's that. But they take the order wrong, or they're not listening. They're not even listening. And I'm like, I know, we'll say, we know this order's not going to come back right. And even if it's simple, but it's like 3 nights ago we went out down here, and I am not kidding you. They came to the table 3 times and had to retake the order 3 times. The 3rd time, luckily, they brought someone else. The first 2 times they were putting it in a tablet, and I don't know what they did, because you would think. And then the 3rd time they put in the tablet, but they had someone else next to them writing. I don't know which got it through, but when people are that rushed at work and busy, they're not listening. They're not
Right.
actively listening. So a lot of times it gets put in incorrectly anyway, or the message gets misconstrued. And so technology can help us make sure that this is what we agreed on, this is what we said, this is what we both heard because
Yeah.
we read it. And I do you think that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it gives them time. So another thing, I was talking to another business owner the other day for a convenience store, and their most important thing is having an empty parking lot, because that means I'm going to pick that gas station because there's nobody there and it's going to go by faster. So that's where I'm going to spend my money because I want that quick, fast experience. As consumers, we're moving with technology and we want things fast. Not only do we want things fast, we want them correct. So I think with stuff like ordering kiosks, and you could go into a mechanic shop or a retail store just to pick up your things. It's making things faster, it's making things more convenient, so you can have more face time, so customers can buy more things, so they can be happy because they put in their order and not only did they get it quickly, but it was correct because they have full control over that. So I think that technology is amazing. It's helping us move so quickly, and helping us as consumers get more excited about the experience, because that's what's important now.
It is, and time is time was always important to people, but now it is at a crucial, and especially younger generations. My sons, they won't wait 5 minutes for something. They'll drive somewhere else if they have to wait 5 minutes. And we have this discussion. By the time you drive over there and walk in, you're going to be 20 minutes versus the 5 here. And they're like, no, it won't. And it's different. They'd rather be in the car moving for longer time than sitting idle somewhere. And it boggles my mind, and I won't ever understand it, I don't think, but that's what it's here. And people want instant gratification. We have the phones, we have the tablets, we have everything. My gosh, it just in seconds.
Yeah, you can't stay still. It's like if I'm sitting for too long, where's my phone? Okay, I got to see what's happening. I got to keep moving. And it's hard for business owners to keep up because of course we were expecting this change to happen. I mean,
Absolutely.
You evolve, but you weren't expecting it to happen overnight. Like nobody's shopping anymore. Malls are becoming like non-existent. Stores are closing down because where's everybody going? Online. Because why am I going to drive to the mall, spend my 10, 20 minutes in the car to get there, get off, look for it, when I can just sit in my couch while I'm working or while I'm doing other things and have it at my doorstep the next day. It's insane to even think how we got here, but we're here, and I think it's amazing.
What other things can our business owners do to keep up with what's going on, or things to look out for?
I think talking to your customers. Nobody knows what customers are looking for more than customers. So like I mentioned earlier, I think building relationships and having that extra time and actually talking to somebody goes a really long way, because a lot of the time as consumers, we just feel like a number coming in and spending money and we'll be gone. But I always resonate really well with the restaurants and the places that I go to where owners actually come out and talk to me and say, hey, my name is so-and-so and this is my business and I appreciate you coming in, and being able to talk to them and say, hey, this is what I loved about it, getting that feedback and being able to adapt and change with the world and what customers are expecting, I think is something that's huge for anybody, because these are the people that are spending money. These are the people that, are going to keep your business going. So educating yourself on that, I think will get you waves above anybody else.
What about for the employees, internal customers? What tips do you have for them?
I think just, being able to adapt. As we mentioned, the world is changing so much. So being able to keep moving and get that constructive criticism and being able to bend and twist in the ways that are going to make them better and keep moving forward and stay in one place at once. Because as employees, as we talked about, people are leaving and moving on, and it's harder to find that employment. So being able to find that one person that's going to be able to be there, do their job, adapt and change. I think it's important for business owners to invest in their employees. so that way they can be happy, they can build the brand that they want, build the customer experience they want, build the technology they want, keep up with the world, and, have a thriving business. I think we need to invest not only the customers, but not forget about those people that are helping keep those doors open. So investing in our employees, looking for, talking to our managers and our owners and telling them, this is what's happening. This is what I think we can do better. This is how I want to grow within the company, and being able to listen and respond to that, I think would be great and super helpful to build that business that people are, out there trying to build. It's great.
Very well said. Very well said.
Thank
And
you.
the investing in the employees, please, people.
Yes.
My listeners are probably sick of me ranting about this, but it's every day, every business owner I speak to, they can't find good help. They can't find good help. They can't find, and then I ask what they're paying, and I just laugh, and I'm like, and you will never find. And they want to attract top people and top whatever and top talent, but they want to pay them like it's 1950.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You have to pay people. The prices of things, inflation, houses, cars, car insurance. I just did on my morning show the other day, and it was like a car that with interest and everything, if you finance it through the dealership, that the payment would have been $500 and something in 2018. The same car, make pretty much, and of course cars went up, but between what cars went up, what the price of interest and all of that has gone up, the same thing would be $900 and something today right now. So you're talking about a $400 a month increase in a car payment since 2018.
Wow.
So, and everything is going up, but we do not want to raise our rates. We don't want to charge appropriately, and we don't want to pay our people, and then we don't understand why we don't have them.
Yeah, I think as business owners, it's easy to put those blinders on, because it's like, I have to run a business. I have to do X, Y, Z. But you forget about the people that are helping you run that business. It's easy to, because you have so many things to worry about. I was at a conference the other day, and, we were at a roundtable session about hiring and, the struggle it is right now. And someone was mentioning, I cannot find help. Not only can I not find help, but the people that I hire are gone within a month. And the first question that was asked was, what are you paying? Second question is, what's your daily routine like? And he's like, well, I run this and I run that and I run this. I was like, okay, when are you teaching? When are you investing in your employees so they can build that independence, build their careers and their knowledge? It's easy to forget, because it's something that business owners, especially shop owners, they're so involved in their business, and they want to run the front desk and they want to run the back shops, because, it's their business, it's their baby, it's something that they've been building towards, that we tend to forget the employees and how hard they're working to help you keep those doors open. So investing in their education and training, so that way, as a business owner, you can sit back and relax and reap the rewards of your amazing business, not be completely gone and still be involved, but be able to see your employees thriving. Because if your employees thrive, comes full circle in everything we've talked about.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for all the information today that you're helping. And you have a special for anybody that mentions the podcast today, don't you? So want to just tell a little bit about what you do, and you want to share what the special is for?
Yeah, absolutely. So my company is called Atmosphere. We're a free TV streaming service built specifically for businesses. And it's great with automotive because it helps build that customer experience, as well as allowing business owners to speak with their customers and building an advertisement, which is huge. How do you talk to your customers? How do you increase revenue? This product will help you do it. Signing up, there is an activation fee of $199 per location. As members of ATI and mentioning this amazing podcast with Kim, we will waive all activation fees for all of your locations. So that's a huge savings for you guys. As well as you will get a $200 ad credit per location that you can spend outside of your business. So let's drive customers in. Let's build that awareness. If you have new locations opening, if you have events happening, how can we drive customers in? We can help you do that. So it's exciting.
Fantastic. And because there's a lot of the people that listen do not have an automotive repair shop. So any business?
Any business, we will work. As if you're a business and you have a TV, we will work with you.
So if you are on a cruise ship plane, you're not going to have the Titanic movie or the song playing on there, right? I can trust that.
Let's avoid that at all costs. Yeah, our content is amazing. Basically, everything that customers are looking at their phones all day through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we pull that and we put it on your screens to help eyes come up, get them more engaged, involved, lower that perceived wait time if there's any waiting for restaurants or retail stores or anything like that. We can help with that, as well as increase your bottom line, making your cost zero. So it is a monthly cost of zero for everybody for a lifetime. So as long as you have us and you're playing with us, it will never cost business owners a dime. So I think that's huge.
That is huge. That is huge. And as business owners are very wary of that it's free. So honestly,
call me. I will explain everything. It is legit and amazing because it's zero cost for you.
It is legit. And believe me, we spend a lot of time vetting everything when we are speaking with somebody. So I appreciate very much you coming and talking to me today.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
And everybody else, stay safe, make good choices, and stay inspired. And I will be back next week. Thank you.